Hey all, welcome to the 8th devlog for Eldevar Online, and just jumping right into it, here's the newest thing. We have a launcher now, so the launcher is self-updating, so anytime patches are pushed, it will pull down patches for both the client and the launcher. Server updates obviously stay on the server side, and now you also log in through the launcher rather than at the client, and then it keeps you signed in. So we'll sign in here and then we'll play, and then we'll jump into the next thing, which is our soundscapes. So now we have music and more ambient sounds to actually make the forest feel a little bit more lived in. Had the volume at 0, that is why there's no sound there. So you can hear now we have music playing. There are birds that will casually chirp. And then if I go and cut us over to another music zone, the music will fade out and a new track will start playing. And then if we change it to nighttime, there are special nighttime musics that play along with different nighttime sounds. So you can hear the crickets, there's different bird sounds that will happen at night, and then when the music kicks in, there's two different music tracks, one for the deep forest and then one for the regular forest. You can hear the song fades out and then fades into the new one, and these songs will loop, so once it stops it will be about a 180 second to 360 second. It's random until it picks up again. So next is the arena. So this is mainly group content, but this is just going to go in solo for now. And eventually it'll be kind of like random dungeon finder where you queue in and you get into a group. But the arena is really straightforward. It's just waves of enemies that spawn. Right now it's not balanced, but it's just waves of enemies, and then a boss will spawn after 5 waves. And once you kill the boss, you get a small roguelike buff. It's nothing major. It's things like you'll get HP regen, more damage, faster cooldowns. It's nothing like you'll be doing thousands and thousands of damage or anything like that, but it just makes your runs a little bit smoother as you kill bosses and go up in waves. This will eventually progress to the end game, and what I mean by that is right now there's 20 waves, but it will eventually kind of progress with the game to where, or as more content is added, it will be scaled with this, so it'll be kept up to date essentially. It's like a core feature of the game. So here's the roguelike mechanic. So you can see it's nothing crazy. So increases your damage, increases attack speed, increases critical strike chance. So it's nothing like you now deal 10 million damage. It's just small little upgrades to make it fun when you kill bosses and make it exciting. There will be a hard cap. So you'll eventually be held back by your gear. It's not meant, these aren't meant to carry you. So next I'm just going to talk about the server infrastructure because it's completely different now. So the way it works now is there are multiple shards running on the same server. So this is just an OVH box. It's the cheapest one, the cheapest modern one. And how it works is there are multiple instances of the server running on it. You can think about it, it's basically Dockerized. It's not going through Docker, but it's essentially just a bunch of Dockerized servers running. And it's round robin placement, so you get placed on World 1, then World 2, then World 3, or World 1B, World 1C, because the worlds are the server. And then 1E is the dedicated dungeon server right now, so that way the players in dungeons who are doing a lot more combat and it's more combat focused won't pollute the regular world. And then eventually as well, if there's ever a need, I say once, but if there's ever a need, we'll have just a dedicated box solely for dungeons and a dedicated box solely for worlds, and then broken up in between different regions. Right now it's just US East 1, or I say US East 1, but it's just in North Virginia right now is where the primary server is, but if there's demand or need, this supports, essentially it's dumb compute and it can just be hosted anywhere. Players cannot willfully move between the different workers on the server, but if their friend is, say, on worker 1D, and they're on worker 1A and their friend invites them, they'll get transferred to 1D. Or similarly, if they're on a different box and it's a different server entirely, it will still move them over. It's the same protocol for each move. So here I have a fairly large perf test happening. So the way it's broken up again is it's doing round robin placement between the worlds 1A to 1D, or workers, and then 1E is the dedicated dungeon world or worker. And you can see here, so the goal hertz or tick rate is 33, and then it slowly degrades as ticks go up. So rather than rubber banding, it goes and just increases the tick rate. So our P95 here is 105 milliseconds, so the tick rate is probably around 10. Oh, you can see it over here. Our tick rates are 11, 8, 10, 11, and 12. It's dynamic based on the world itself, just due to how it works. And then one of the cool things is I also have the player count on the website, so this is the real player count here. So here is just an example of what's going on. You can see the bots are chatting, they're using the merchants, there's combat happening out here. So you can see even around a bunch of players, my received a second for networks is still in the single digit kilobytes, and my outs is obviously super low. It's under a kilobyte, sometimes spiking up to just a kilobyte. And then a thing to note too is the bots are really stupid, so that's why like the gameplay looks a little weird. They're just kind of doing really basic tasks to stress the server. This isn't really made to like play around and look at it. This is more just made for them to do random tasks and actually stress the server. These are real connections, by the way, too. These are running off of the dev box and then connecting into the... I have like a dedicated stress test box essentially that connects into my actual server hosting box. But yeah, that is everything I've been working on. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you made it this far, be sure to check out the website, eldevaronline.com, to join the Discord and also download the game. It's currently playable. The playtest isn't live, but if anyone really is itching to try it out, you're definitely welcome to. You can just download the client, register, make an account, and it should keep itself up to date.